And then there was another quote where he said that he might explore using AI in his games, but it was specifically in the context of changing enemy behavior to adapt to players. So so what happens with that level of idiocracy? Idiocracy? So is that, let me make sure I'm getting this word right. Yeah, so what happens with that level of idiocracy is they had a very, and you'll see this happen a lot, idiocy. Yeah, so how do you get to, like, let me explain how you get to someone like that, or how you get to a position like that being so blissfully just dumb as fuck. Have a hair tie. So what I think happened was this person probably read a tweet somewhere that said, "Oh my god, Kojima supports AI. We cannot support this man anymore. This guy said in this interview that AI is being used in media technology, and he said he might integrate it in his developing studio. Also, he posted this Gen AI art." Immediately, this person doesn't understand what AI he was even referring to when he said he might be using it. Immediately went for the reactionary moral position of, oh my god, he used the word AI and he kind of posted AI, therefore he supports AI, therefore he is bad, therefore anybody who supports him also sucks. This is a very Twitter, this is what I call the Twitterification of like brain dead chimping. It's almost exactly the same as when people found out Spider-Verse, the movie, used AI, but it was an in-house AI program trained to turn their 3D modeling into vectors to make the process of animating easier. The moment these people heard the word AI, they were immediately like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they use AI. I respected them. Now I lost all their respect." It's like, if you are this easily baited into having this kind of reaction, this extreme reaction to something without understanding the nuances and the actual deeper context relating to it, and you didn't even bother to look it up, you are so easily manipulated. The cats are not, no, they were fine. They her cats are really sweet, but it is kind of funny because when I would give them food, the skinnier one wouldn't eat. Like, so I gave it more treats. Is Twitter not for rage baits and arguments? You know, I think so. So here is where it's there's a bit of like a gray area. It's like, while yes, there's a lot of rage baiting on Twitter and arguing, but there's also a lot of, because Twitter is such a cesspool of so many different people, that you're going to come across a very big amount of people who are genuinely just dumb and not trying to rage bait. And you see people like that come in this chat a lot of times who immediately I notice and I'm like, wait, explain what you mean. Then they can't seem to explain it and then just start bumbling over their words and just start like crying because they were not trying to rage bait. They genuinely were just like stupid as fuck. You know, like the person that came in here was like, "Daph, did you distance from Hassan because of his aggressive view on politics?" And I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't talked to that guy in years. And they're like, well, you used to be on all of his streams and you were a mainstay on his streams. And then I asked, can you tell me, out of all the streams in the timeline that we knew each other and streamed together, how many streams was I on his stream? How many streams did we stream together in like a 1 month window? And then he didn't want to answer that because it would have been like two out of like 50 streams. So then they were just like saying shit just to say shit. But also, another thing is, you can tell how stupid these people are. Back to the AI thing, is the moment you say AI, what is it an immediate knee-jerk reaction of, oh my god, AI, that's bad? It's like, no, AI refers to so many different things. It's like how an enemy behaves. Generative AI is one of them. LLMs is one of them. How you use a program to generate lines off of your 3D model. There's like so many, yeah, they literally just hear AI equals bad, and they're like, oh, I have to go for this moral puritanist take, which means like they are immediately asserting themselves as being more moral than you because they're like, AI bad. And I have to let you know that I'm better than you as a person because AI bad. And then you try to explain to them, well, actually there's different kinds of AI bad. It's more important for them to posture than to actually understand what the fuck they're talking about. Which is crazy. I need to get some water. Yeah, very holier than thou, which is exactly the chatter that came in here yesterday when we were watching Catching Fire Part 1. Watching the clips. Yeah, people are Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 1, yeah, sorry. A lot of Gen Z are obsessed with moral purity. Oh, 100%. I agree. EA Basin. Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of people who are more obsessed with like yelling on Twitter than anything. But Twitter isn't just like the kind of things that people rage bait about on Twitter doesn't just stay on Twitter. You'll have kids that are yelling at you because you drank Coca-Cola on stream. You'll have kids that are telling you to apologize because you did cultural appropriation because you said for real, for real. Yeah, apologize for drinking Coke now. Apologize for shitting in Starbucks. I can't believe you would even walk into Starbucks. Whoa. I actually switched to desktop too. How do I switch back? Help! 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 I pressed that. What do I press? How to switch to desktop 1. Use the keyboard. Win, control left, right. Windows, control left, right. Oh, there we go. Got it. Delete system 32, quick. Oh god, it's so dark. I like Pim. He's a funny guy. Take Pokemon cards straight out of a scalper shopping cart? Oh, absolutely, I think you should. I think that's fucking hilarious. And you should 100% do that. Yeah, but Pim's so cute. I like this mouth. By force in it, yeah, but sometimes they don't have. I'm gonna have to improvise Charlie running. Charlie the movie star in Catching Fire. Oh no, not Catching Fire. I keep saying Catching Fire, it's Mockingjay. Use lemon with water. Hunger Game was alright. Well, if you never watched it, you should have been here. Missed movie clips night. Yeah, missed a Hunger Game movie clip night. His elbow, it was his, yeah, and shoulder. He's so round. I don't want to watch more Smiling Friends. Okay, that's the easy part. I had Han Bao Bao today. I was craving Han Bao Bao. I also need to go grocery shopping again. Oh jeez. Okay, now you. Oh, he has one hair. It's just one. There's one hair. He has three. Downward. Oh, he has a hat. He's like anteater shaped. He is. Like Monty Moon. Yeah, like an aardvark. The hat is hella ugly. What the hell? Leave Charlie alone. Move. Yeah, he's got white Vans. That needs to move forward. Here we go. Pim's eyes are different size. You never noticed that, really? I didn't have a screenshot of Charlie running, so I had to Frankenstein it in my head with Pim. Wait, did anybody... Surely somebody has yassified the Smiling Friends characters into hot, sexy, bara anime men. Thanks, Corgi Rage. Oh. Okay. Why do I speak of such things? But why would you not want to see more hot people in the world? Everybody loves hot people. We should genetically engineer hot people. we need to... No, we need to genetically engineer green cats first. I was researching jaundice and Bill of Rubin for that. That's the goal. Glow-in-the-dark green cats. Okay, and then... That's ominous. Let me fill in their colors real quick. Actually, I'm gonna move this a little. Should be good. Thanks, Limo and Yakashi. Yeah, we're gonna finish Hungry Games later at 2. So hungry. Hungry game. I'm hungry. I could make some boil some wontons. What did I eat today? I had han bao bao. I had borger. Borge. Pondered the borger, yitch. Oh, and then I had another one of my passion fruit boba ice pops. Popsicles. It was really good. Next time I need to look for the Mexican popsicles that has the strawberry, coconut, and mango flavor. They were really good. Yeah, asked Brendan what brand they were. I forgot again. Actually, Shimoa got nuked? No, they're in the highlights. I just cut out the movie clips part. You. Yeah, PETA got mind controlled. Oh, helados Mexico bars. Mmm. Yumming. I want a sweet treat. But I already had a sweet treat today. Have two? Oh, Hyun, did you finish To the Moon? I saw you were playing. Yeg? Was it sadding? Or was it more like sad as a teenager? You still shed a couple of tears? Oh, okay, it's still pretty sad then. It's still some sadding. Oh, what the hell? Okay, now Pyramid Head. Oops. Why is Pyramid Head so sexy? if you want to replay Silent Hill. Oh yeah, I was supposed to replay 3. But then I got distracted. Next art contest? I've been so busy, I've not thought of it. I need to do a couple sponsors before that. Because I don't have a lot of money in my bank account right now for the big payments because I basically had to pay double my taxes and then claim the taxes that I paid as credit. So I have to wait first. That's why I haven't hosted art contests. Yeah, poor basically. And I don't want to liquidate any assets because it's fucking annoying. Oops. Hi. Just block the IRS number. They usually don't call. Usually, I think like 9 out of 10 times, if you get a call from someone claiming to be the IRS or CRA, it's a scam. I'm fine with paying taxes. I just wish the taxes weren't used to blow up brown kids across the world. I wish it was used in like public transportation improvement. What? Sorry. Look at he posing so cuntily. Yeah, they like there was this little community center gym that I would go to in Canada, and it's like really nice, and it's just 20 bucks. 20 bucks for a month. And the whole thing is a community center, and they have a gym, they have like a gymnasium, and you can book to like play badminton, tennis, whatever in the courts. It's a whole ass park, and you can just use it for like go to the weightlifting gym for 20 bucks a month. In America, there's like nothing like that. Yeah, they'll have a community city center, but does it have a gym? No. Does it have like any kind of facilities? Not really. Then you look at the gym membership, it's like $100 to $200 a month because it's all like private stuff. There's just not a lot of like. You have a local community center gym that's free? Yeah, that's very rare. But another question is it nice? Is it upkept? Is it hygienic? Oh my god, this guy is fucking hilarious. That's 25 months. Yeah, that's a rare commodity. That should be common. That should be in almost every neighborhood. And you know what else every neighborhood should have? It's just a space for people to hang out in without being expected to pay. Nice parks, restaurants that are walkable, sidewalks and ease of public transportation and access to that. Another day of being radicalized in the 39 daph daily 30-day drawing stream. You should be able to comfortably support a family on one job, on the salary of one job. And that if you had double income, then you get to enjoy the finer things in life. Thanks, $420 weed. Another data center, another Amazon warehouse, another... Makes 6 figures, you can't afford a one-bed condo in your city? Are you in New York? When your friend came to visit from the US and had to visit the hospital due to possible deep vein thrombosis, they couldn't get over how they only had to pay to the taxi to the hospital. Yeah. Yeah, when I got fucking sent to the hospital for trying to kill myself when I was like 19 or something, stayed there for 2 weeks, and then I was like, oh my god, am I gonna have to pay? How much is this gonna cost? It was overnight for 2 weeks straight. Free! That shit was free! That's crazy! Free! Yeah, but then in America, if you try to kill yourself, now you're in debt trying to kill yourself. At that point, you're gonna wish you'd actually succeeded. Had to get iron, had to go once if 5K on drain if you didn't apply for Medicaid immediately after. Holy shit. I don't think snow is depressing. I like how peaceful it is. But, I mean, when it gets to a certain level, yeah, it's just fucking inconvenient. Gets in the way. Do you guys have any, like, cat toy recommendations? I wanted to get my friend's cats. The one I accidentally mildly starved. Some GIF. No, laser pointers are bad. I was thinking of getting, like, those little stuffies with the catnip inside. Because I remember Punchy really liked those. Catnip toy. Oh wait, there's some little fish. Dude, there's a fucking, look at these. This is so weird. I don't think she would like these though, because her aesthetic is like Hello Kitty, very cute. She has so many cute pink stuff in her apartment. If I got her this, it would be so funny. But I don't think that's for her. Okay, but look at this. This is hilarious. They have cigarettes. Wait, they have a cigarette one. Oh my god. I have to try this. I'm giving that to her, I don't care. Get her some toys. And a new feather toy. Oh, there was what are they called? Like the ones on the stick and a string? Cat. Because one of her cats really likes playing with those. Oh, it's called a wand toy. Cat. Wand toy for cat. Oh, and this has refills. I'm getting her a bunch of cat stuff. Basically, I fucked up and I didn't realize that she wanted me to visit her cat twice a day, in the morning and at night. So then when I visited at night for the past 4 days, I was skipping the food and I was like, I don't feel like this is enough food for one day. So I added a little extra. But basically they were supposed to get like 2 full servings in the morning and night. So instead it was just like more than 1 serving, like 1.5 servings a day. But then one of her cats is fat, so he kind of went on a little diet. But he had to take medicine every night. I made sure that he got that. So yeah. But the other cat was fine. She played a lot. And I gave her treats. The fat cat was fine. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, I fucked up. Oops. Dried a duck or bird? No, they didn't meow, but when I visited and gave them food, I mean, the fat cat would eat his medicine wet food immediately, and he would also eat a little bit of kibble, which is good that I put extra kibble. And then the other cat would just like, I would give her bowl of food, but she wouldn't even touch it. I was like, okay, so you're not really hungry then. But I gave her some treats. But yeah, now I know. But she really liked to play. She had a lot of energy to play. So much that she completely mauled the wand toy. Look at her airtime. Look at her airtime. Okay, not this one. Maybe this one. Oh wow! Oh wow! Impressive. Yeah, she was really good. The fat one? I don't think I really took any pictures of the fat one because he was just... all he did was eat. Oh my god, yeah, all he did was eat. All the photos I have of the fat one are just him eating. Look, he's just eating. Did he even lose any weight? It was only like 4 days. I think they're fine. They still ate. And this is what greeted me every time I arrived. You see him? That's the fat one in the back. He waits until food comes. Yeah, this one loves to play. And then the little like purple worm part of it is just dead. It like half of it disappeared. In 3 or 4 days of playing. Yeah, I felt so bad. I was like, oh. Wait. Oops. I bought cigarettes for the cats. They will be smoking. Terrible influence, I know. They need to be cool, okay? Wait, I don't think I got the cigarettes. I got the joint one. Oh my god, I forgot to get the gift for the boy toy. Shit. So I still don't know what to get. Smiling Friends, right? Yeah, it's based off this video I watched yesterday by Eli, the guy that edits stuff into games. This one. Here. Oops. That's why they're in these screenshots. Girl, he's loved this. 4-pack men lingerie, G-string, teabag thong, underwear, elephant pants, briefs, bottom 4-piece set. Girl. My cougar is 79 and she was smiling and happy, giggling when I showed up in the bedroom with leopard print elephant. What a fun birthday present for her and for me too. Good for him, man. My default gift when I don't know what to get people is always jewelry. Cause I have exquisite taste. What if you don't know if they're a gold or silver girly? Oh, I know. You think I don't immediately download somebody's entire repertoire into my eyes and head the moment I see them? What did they say? Are you male or female? My gender is I hate creepy men. I hope that helps. There's an advantage to not... There's a certain advantage in being indifferent in how you present yourself so that you don't have as many creeps in your community. And the only kind of person who would get offended at that is creepy men. What? Why are you not catering to me? Hey, look at her, she's wearing makeup, she's pandering to men. Hey, look at her, she's not wearing makeup, she's an ugly bitch. She can't even tell what she looks like, can't even tell what she is. Wait, why is she not dressed sexily? Why is she not pandering to me? Women only wear makeup to look good for men. Yada 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 yada. Enjoy the loneliness epidemic. Have fun, okay? Like, have fun with the loneliness epidemic. What can I say? None of my friends, nor have I personally, have ever come across any kind of loneliness affliction. Are people just like... I mean, I understand that there's a loss of the third space, but I am not seeing this. Sounds like loser shit. I'm such a good guy. Women these days don't want a good guy. But I'm really good guy. The difference between male and female loneliness in the context of whatever this loneliness epidemic is, it's hard to define because everybody has such a different evaluation of it. But then considering the social context of a woman gaining independence away from being married and only being able to open their own bank account in like the 1970s, a lot of times women choose to be alone because they would rather be by themselves and be independent than settle for somebody for any kind of stability. That was what they had to do in the past. Whereas now, because women are choosing to be alone more, a lot of guys are feeling the effects of that they are not lowering their standards for these men, which in turn creates resentment and bitterness. Obviously, not all men, not all women, I have to say that, otherwise somebody's gonna get triggered. But also, the kind of guys that complain about women not wanting to date them and they want a trad wife or something, you know, there's a lot of like trad wife girlies out there that are, you know, into the same things that have into the same virtues that you're into, you know, save themselves for marriage, don't have a lot of experience, just want to be a stay-at-home wife. But do they want to date this loser man? No. You're gonna have to compete with the trad chads. Good luck. Or you can just sit there and complain. Yeah, I agree. The ones that want a trad wife, like, cannot afford one. Truly is just skill diff. Is it impossible to survive with a one income alone? Most dudes can't even afford it. Yeah, but it's like the narrative that these people, these specific kind of men that are complaining about are like, oh my god, dating sucks right now. All these women are whores and I want a trad wife. And I can't find a trad wife because women are bitches. But it's like, no, there's a lot of trad wives out there. They just don't want to date you. Inceldom is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It is. It's like woe is me personified into a final boss. Was it like learned helplessness? Thoughts on men saying they're scared of women? I don't really give a shit. I occasionally I see something like that that's like, how are us men supposed to approach women when we might get a fake allegation? Okay, good, then don't approach a woman. Just don't. If you can't pass that litmus test of like knowing how to present yourself and you're like scared of something like that, just don't. Just take yourself out of the dating pool entirely. Farewell, I don't care. Because every guy in my life, as a friend, relationship, whatever, none of them are like that. It's like very abnormal to have that kind of woe is me attitude. It's very weird. It's not normal. Oh my god, I'm so scared to hit on this woman. What if she thinks I'm a creep? Okay, then don't. Just don't. Your social skills are obviously too low to accurately gauge how you should present yourself and what to say and to make sure you don't come off that way. Saying something like that to me is a pink flag. Yeah, it's literally just don't be creepy. But these people don't know what isn't creepy. Yeah, I really hate bitches. Like, people who are pussies. I really hate pussy-ass bitches. What's a pink flag? I thought pink flag is, like, something that's not necessarily a red flag. But it's just, like, eyebrow raising. Like, if I just got to know somebody and they're a guy and they're like, oh yeah, the reason I'm, like, scared to date is because I don't know, like, how to approach women, and I feel like, what if they think I'm a creep? Like, women always say to leave them alone, and I'll just be like, oh, you're socially inept. All right, bye. Because I'd rather be friends with people who aren't socially inept. Because being socially inept in that context of not knowing how to approach women says more than just being socially inept. It's that you are perceiving women in a very strange manner that lets you have this kind of attitude towards them in the first place. You sound like Hitler? Why do I sound like Hitler? Can you explain? What? Are you a triggered creepy man by any chance? But yeah, like I said, like it's if someone you don't know just randomly drops like, yeah, I'm just like scared of talking to a woman because what if they think I'm creepy or something? But it's like, why do you immediately jump to that? Like, why do you think of women as a collective? Why are you putting yourself in this attitude and mentality about approaching women when there's kind of not a sensible reason to do that? Because when you just talk to women like they're people, you'll find that that's just not the case at all. People are not like what Twitter is like. So that's why when people go like, oh my god, when specifically guys go like, oh my god, women want us to approach them, but they also will say that we're creeps. How are we supposed to approach them? Just don't. Just give up. Go away. Because guess what? Other guys who aren't Other guys who know how to navigate those social dynamics will be talking to the woman that you wish you were talking to, and they'll be doing way better at it. So let's just leave it to the experts, shall we? Do straight women not get nervous talking to an attractive guy? Now, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the specific context of someone going like, I'm afraid to talk to women as a collective. Not the specific case of, I am nervous talking to this individual, extremely attractive girl because I feel like I might mess up my shot. Those are two different things. And if you think those are the same, I think you're a little slow. A laggard, if you will, yeah. Put some oil in there. If the person's trying to argue the same person I'm talking about, yeah, I think they just don't know that there's different context. Yeah, I don't want to read that paragraph. It's too long. So much is laziness. A lot of it is also laziness and just this kind of like, oh, well, I guess there's nothing I can do. I'll just give up. Okay, then enjoy your loneliness epidemic. Sure, whatever. But it's like, loneliness also doesn't even have to be in the context of a relationship. Some people will have no friends and then just sit there and wallow about how they have no friends instead of like trying to actually figure out why they have no friends. Just making it clear, because it might be misconstrued by the men in question. If it's misconstrued by men in question when I've been pretty explicitly clear and they choose to interpret it in a wrongful manner to get triggered, is that my problem? No. Because I had talked to this girl a couple years ago. I've told the story a few times where she confided in me. We weren't super close, but we were like friendly. And she was like, yeah, a lot of people don't like me. I try to make friends, but I couldn't make friends. And then at the time I was like, yeah, I mean, it just seems like they're mistreating you. This sucks. You know, I hope that if we ever do hang out, you can be a good friend. Turns out this person was a fucking asshole. And just like really bitchy to a lot of the people that she interacted with, but then she didn't realize that. So instead of realizing like, oh, maybe I should fix my attitude and how I talk to people, they just immediately went into a, I can't make friends at all. Like, I'm just gonna give up. It's just not for me. I can't ever have friends. Like, bitch, get yourself together. Pull it the fuck together. Shut the fuck up! Get it together! That's exactly how the girl in your college class your deadass called the pure fat on the first day you didn't find out until the semester was almost over. What the fuck? Talking about my friends that suck? They're not my friend. I don't know how I can be so clear talking about something and then have somebody just say, yeah, but why do you think that pancakes are waffles? And I'm like, that's not even what I said. They were? Yeah, and I'm telling you that this was a trait that was incredibly stupid and short-sighted about them. Do you think the goal of this is to make me feel better or to illustrate a point? Oh, this guy is the Hitler guy. Oh, I see what they're trying to do. Yeah, it's the Hitler guy. He doesn't have a point. He's just trying to like, he's just trying to Reddit. Yeah, so what happens with people that have this kind of helplessness is they end up just up sitting in a depth in a hole and they're just like, well, I'm never gonna crawl out of it because I like being in this hole. Hitler guy? Oh, he's just trying to trigger, basically. Because if I had to guess, it's because this is a creepy guy that felt offended at something I said, so they're trying to get back at me by kind of like doing a sidewinder shit, but unironically. Because I think, because the things I say genuinely trigger a lot of guys. Which is why there was like labels of me being a misandrist and stuff. But I have never felt that anything I said would be anywhere close to anything like all men suck. Because I always say something like, I don't like creepy guys, I don't like stalkers, I don't like creepy men that think it's okay to cross boundaries with female streamers. But it's very triggering for people. Yeah, it's super triggering for people that fall under that archetype. It usually comes from deep insecurity, yes. Because it's not so much that I'm saying something that kind of like breaks down their worldview into showing you how pathetic that this kind of mentality is, but more so that I'm Hitler or something, and that everything that I do is wrong, and that there is something like deeply wrong. But then it's also like, at the same time, when you say something that deeply triggers somebody's characteristics that has become so ingrained in part of who they are, for example, being a creepy guy that they're not aware is extremely creepy, and I make fun of that, now I am their enemy. It's not so much of they didn't like what I said, but it has now evolved into, I really don't like this person because she said something that really hurt who I am as a person, and that's a creepy man. And now I will dedicate everything to telling everybody that this person is a horrible person, construe everything that she say in the worst way possible. She's an animal abuser, she's racist, she's this and this and that and this and that. And it all comes from because they got triggered. It's a mental problem? Yeah, because they don't actually have a problem with me. It's what I have said that hurt what they represented. So for example, the whole, the Crackergate incident. Who do you think got super mad at that? The KKK. You talk about it a lot, though, that I don't like creepy men? What's wrong with saying that I don't like creepy men a lot? What's the issue with saying that? Well, what's wrong with saying that I don't like creepy men? It's just drama. It's a drama to say that I don't like creepy men. Case in point. Case in point. The only reason it would be labeled as drama is because you label something that makes you uncomfortable with the controversy. Because it makes you feel uncomfortable with the controversy. Why do you feel uncomfortable? Because you're a creepy man. And you feel like you're being lumped in. Why would you feel uncomfortable with the fact that I say I don't like creeps? Yeah, what is that saying? Hit dogs holler? My views are so pointed because I don't like creepy men? What are they even on about? So this is the kind of person who probably goes to streamer meet and greets and tries to hold their favorite female streamer's waist when they finally line up 5 hours at the meet and greet line. See, I tell you, this works every time. It's almost like I deliberately make it a point to have these kinds of conversations so that these kinds of characters show their whole ass and we let them know as a collective here in this community that that is not okay. We do not like creepy men. They do come out like little cockroaches. Like I said, it's the lack of awareness and just social ineptitude of understanding how to engage and react to the opposite sex. In which case, they're a creepy man, I'm a woman on the internet. It's very deliberate. And it's why I have so many girls, female streamers, peers, come and tell me, Daph, I really like your chat. They're really funny. It's one of the nicest communities that I've seen. Everyone will agree with the same basic topics, but you bring it up every other stream. It's like your whole personality. If it's not projecting your own female insecurities, then I don't know what to tell you. What is my female insecurities? That I don't like creepy men? Why would I be insecure about not liking creepy men? Do you even know what that word means? Why is he so pressed? Like I said, because something I said hit a really sore point. And the fact that this person knows that this is a regular topic I bring up, because for the sole purpose of pruning these kinds of people out, they don't like that. It makes them uncomfortable because they are a creep. I've struck a nerve. And this is them talking in circles to try to justify that. You're just pointing out the obvious. No. What is my female insecurity? I want you to answer that. How come you can't engage? Why are you not being specific? What is my female insecurity in addressing that I do not like creepy men? Because that's what we're talking about, right? I'll wait for you to try to articulate. I guess they don't know. Thanks, I'm Malik. I mean, I've also said many times that I even literally just said it, that it's very deliberate what I do. To be a woman in a very majorly male demographic that centers around gaming, I go out of my way to let my community know that I'm not okay with creepy behavior from men. I'm not okay with being objectified, with being sexualized. I'm not okay with that kind of attitude from a collective of fans being pushed on me, because I'm not comfortable with that. So if I go out of my way a lot of streams to point out that I don't like creepy men and make it a part of my personality and a part of my stream, and you don't like that, what does that say about you? That means that whatever I'm saying is making you uncomfortable. But why would it make you uncomfortable? Because anybody who is a girl that's watching the stream, anybody who's a normal guy watching the stream would be like, she's right. Why would anybody have an issue? So what kind of, therefore it's the best thing to say to prune these people out. I don't like creepy men. It works every time. Yeah, such a simple statement has a very profound effect, because it's a very sore spot for a lot of these kinds of people in a gamer issue. There's so many things wrong how you address this issue. You talk about it with so much gusto, like you have male genitals of your own and know how you would act in accordance with every female. Case in point. All I have to say to you is enjoy your loneliness epidemic. By the way, they still haven't answered what exactly my female insecurity was when I talked about how I don't like creepy men. I would go a step further and say, when you are in the vicinity of somebody that gives you the creeps, someone like that, for example, cover your drinks. These kinds of people, you gotta cover your drinks around. My female insecurity is making it my whole personality and bringing it up to an audience that could do with more brain food. You still didn't explain what the female insecurity is, though. I don't think you actually even know how to articulate this. My female insecurity, why do I have a female insecurity in addressing that I don't like creepy men? What is there to be insecure about? They can't answer this. Fantastic work. Absolutely fantastic. If I can't piece together the point you made, then I'm just baiting your audience. I feel like I asked a very simple question. What is the female insecurity in the context of you saying that I have female insecurity when I say that I don't like creepy men? You have been unable to answer this question. It's almost like it's a moot point. Why would a woman be labeled insecure for voicing that she does not like creepy men? This is why articulation is important. A child was left behind, yeah. Never felt like he had a real argument to begin with? No, I've already dissected why this person says that. It's because he felt attacked. The things that I say really rubbed him the wrong way. Because they do not see women in a normal light. So what is satisfying about these people that exist is that I know in the future at some point they're going to think back to this conversation because they're going to try to talk to a girl or they're going to see a girl that they like maybe, and she's going to be incredibly put off by their very creepy behavior because they're very socially inept, and they're going to think back to what I said to them and about them, and then they're going to feel rage and bitterness. And then they're gonna go down the route of Andrew Tate. The pipeline. Cause I'm already in their head. To me, what I said isn't just about me. It's not what I said. It's the things that I said to him, he interprets it as this is what women think. Stuff like that is literally why I am a hateful scumbag. Yeah, like I told you. I literally also predicted that about 6 minutes ago when I was like, these people don't actually have an issue with what I'm saying, but because I represent something that really pushed the wrong buttons in a critical way, that they have begun to see me as the antithesis devil. I did mention that earlier. Told ya! Too smart for my own good. Yeah, thank you for the case study. That was a really good case study. We can ban them now. I lost them. Where'd they go? There we go. Come on, you do slander men and act like it's okay. I don't slander men. I say I don't like creepy men. Thank you for the case study. Thanks, Illusaurus. Yeah, like I said, only creeps get very offended and triggered when girls say that they don't like creepy men. Because at one point in their life, they were probably called creepy and they never let it go. Very good case study. He feels slandered, yes. And this is why I get labeled a misandrist, by the way. I just want to point out that when you see the people on social medias, shorts, whatever, YouTubes, that say that I'm a horrible person and a misandrist, it's because of incidents like that, where I'm like, I don't like creepy guys, and I don't really want creepy men in my community. That means, that to them means that I hate all men. This is where it comes from. What's wrong with these kinds of people? There's a lot of antisocial, there's just a lot of like these antisocial creeps, and just statistically wise, they're going to be a lot more men in this grouping because of the website and sphere that we're in that is very gaming adjacent. And gaming for the longest time, especially on Twitch, has been very male dominated. So you tend to have people that are in this kind of like turbo nerd culture that was very male dominated. It grows into Twitch and therefore has a big demographic of creepy men. Does that mean that all men are creepy? No. There's wonderful nerdy men. I like nerdy men. I just don't like creeps. But if saying that is triggering to someone, don't think I really need to explain. But yeah. Very good, very, very good case study. I hope we all learned something. You see, also another thing is, did you notice how their attitudes start to get more and more like with seething rage? But all I did was ask clarifying questions and give a kind of dissection to why they came to that attitude. They got more and more angry. Started calling me like they said I was a hateful scumbag, when I was like, I just don't like creepy men, and I find that this attitude ends up being very negative and shit, you know? Yeah. They got very triggered. There are no redeemable qualities of being creepy man. Why do you make that your dying hill? Because, okay, so at one point, there's some more dissection to be made about this. At one point, they're like, nobody disagrees with what you say, but you make this your whole personality. So, at that point, he's kind of doing a blanket term like, yes, I am aware that everybody agrees that we don't like creepy men, but I don't like that you constantly talk about this. Then you have to ask yourself, why does he not like it if I'm constantly talking about this? Because if I talk about this every stream for even 30 minutes a stream, that's 30 minutes out of a 7-hour stream that I talk about how I want to prune my community and make it more comfortable for myself to be in. Therefore, why is he uncomfortable with it? Critical point. It hit a critical sore spot for him. He doesn't like it because he feels called out. Otherwise, there is no reason you would be upset at that anyway whatsoever. Yeah, that's also why you know, it's very easy for, and I see this sometimes, it's like someone would be like, oh, why do you bother engaging, why do you bother talking about this stuff, like what if that guy's just rage baiting you? That doesn't matter. I think even if that person was rage baiting, having this kind of conversation when I'm at this age, at this point in my career, that's so like, it's been like what, 7 years of streaming, that I am just not happy streaming if I don't have a chat full of people that I like vibing with. Not in a parasocial way, but in like a, I don't want to one day post a picture of myself serving cunt and just have disgusting people comment, I want to fuck you so bad, let me see your Asian pink pussy. I want to see comments full of people from girlies and the gays going like, slay mother cunt, take a shit in the diva toilet. That's the community I want if I'm going to present myself. Therefore, I'm going to go out of my way to have these conversations that make a specific demographic very uncomfortable because this prunes them out. It's in some ways psychological. It is psychological conditioning to make sure that my community I'm happy with. Yes, mama, clog the drain, yeah. I'm giving away the secrets though, now they'll adapt? No, they won't. Because if they were going to adapt, that people like that would not still come out. The fact that this always baits out multiple worms when I say stuff like this just kind of proves the point that I am doing the right thing for myself. These people don't adapt. They are literally like too socially inept to adapt because they do not see woman in a healthy manner. It's very deliberate. I think someone pointed out is like, if you look at the comments on the Instagram for Yes, I Have a Favorite Child short, where I talk about my girly pop demographic and the not girly pop demographic, apparently the comments on the shorts are like full of very angry people. Yeah, a lot of they were upset that I no longer, or they're upset that I am no longer having a very neutral standpoint, but rather a more aggressive form of action being taken towards a demographic that I do not enjoy having. And that I am going out of my way to try to have more of the demographic of the girly pops that I do enjoy having around. Basically, what I'm saying is some men don't like being not pandered to. Yeah, I mean, I also remember at the time, it was a little harder for me to notice because I was also younger. There was a lot of guys that attached to me and my stream because they thought I was like a cool girl because I swore, I made edgy jokes. They're like, oh, she's a real female streamer. She's not like other shitty female streamers that are like PG-13 or PG and like rated family because she's a cool one. And the moment I noticed that, I was like, whoa, back the fuck up. I am not that person that you want me to be. Fuck off. And then they're like, oh my gosh, she's just like other women. She's horrible. She's disgusting. Dude, she owes us this. We're the ones that made her. And then that was when I was like, oh, ew, this is a fucking nasty group of people. I don't want anything associated with them. And then that's when I started toning down my personality that I was, because I didn't like the audience it was attracting. It was like weird dudes. It was a lot of weird dudes. And the only reason that I'm comfortable doing so many side quests and doing these streams with Cyan and just like doing random shit is because I realize that with a now pruned demographic and a nicer community that I feel comfortable with, I am more comfortable doing these things. But for a lot of that like creepy demographic, they basically just wanted like an edgy female Asian streamer baddie that made edgy jokes, that liked games and was quirky. But I was like, I don't like you guys. You guys are really weird. I like the girly pops and the gays. Nah. Yeah, culling the herd every now and then. But I think it also just comes down to this this also kind of so basically some people just really don't like it when you're not pandering to them. And the moment you stop pandering to them, they're upset. But I think to me it wasn't even technically pandering. It was more like I just wasn't going out of my way to be friendly to them. I was like, I'm not okay with this. My chat was kind of bad when I was doing videos about Thor and Healthy Gamer GG. Bad? Is it because you're a Pirate Software fan? Because you called him Thor? What does that have to do with the gender narrative? Wait, oh, did you conflate me talking about not wanting creepy objectification demographic in my audience as being the same as when my chat was being mean about another streamer? You thought it's the same thing? You thought that's the same thing? No, like you were attracting those weirdos during that era. What weirdos? That era? You mean 2 days? Where I watched his therapy thing? Or it was like one stream? Do you think that you might be exaggerating what you're trying to say? Do you think I was deliberately trying to attract creeps, or did you just not like the fact that I was doing a deep dive into your best friend Thor's mental and how he's extremely avoidant and has no accountability? And you try to connect that to me talking about how I don't want creeps in my community. You're like, but you did attract creeps in your community because this. But I think this actually comes from because you personally felt offended at the fact that we were looking at the Dr. K interview and made fun of him. I think that's where it came from. You think you missed a large portion of the beginning of the content, now you're being farmed. If you're being farmed, then why did you say something so confidently incorrect? You said your chat was kind of bad when you were doing videos about Thor and Healthy Gamer GG. When I was doing videos about Thor, I have no videos about Thor and Healthy Gamer GG. I did one stream where I watched the Dr. K interview with Thor. And now you're saying that I was attracting those weirdos during that era. That was one stream. So do you think that you're massively exaggerating the thing that you're trying to insinuate, which is me trying to attract weirdos because I watched something about Dr. K and Thor? If one stream is an era, what is this, my era of being a misandrist too? Was I also a mainstay? I want to point you to another similarity. If you don't see the connection, that's okay. Maybe other people will. When I was playing Silksong, or around the time Silksong came out, someone in this chat came in here and said... Someone in this chat came in here and was like, yeah, too bad Ko was raging about this game and was like bitching and he didn't like it. And then I was like, that doesn't sound like Ko. What exactly did Ko say? And then somebody linked it, and turns out Ko just said, yeah, I'm gonna stop playing this game. This game is what I thought it would be, which is just like Hollow Knight, and I'm not really interested because there's other stuff I want to play. So then I went back to that person and I was like, what do you mean Ko was raging? He was not raging. You're not insinuating anything? Yeah, I mean, I think whatever you were saying, you were just very inaccurate and wrong. I think you're just completely misunderstanding. Oh, they said Ko was crashing out or something? They basically said Ko was like, yeah, I know they admitted that. Crashing out is a Horsbean term, it really is. But also, I think it's, people will like, I mean, it's just a random thought, is like, you know how yesterday I was like looking up what the fuck happened with the phase stuff? It's so easy for someone to be like, oh, daph is only like reacting to phase stuff because she's trying to track drama frogs. But then it's like, okay, you look at all of my streams, what the fuck have I been doing? Drawing and making rugs. And then I'm curious, so I wanted to look at the phase stuff, you know? It's like the moment you don't like somebody or you don't like someone, I'm not saying that's what that guy did, but this is just something that happens, is everything that you do, they look at it through shit-stained goggles. It's like, yeah, daph is in her phase reaction era. Oh my god, like that one person that said all I do on stream is watch Drew Gooden. I'm fucking dead. It was like, I forgot, this was some time ago. It was like a YouTube comment that somebody left that was like, I don't get why people watch daph. All she does is watch Drew Gooden. But they were serious because it was under some comment on a video that was like basically saying that I was a horrible person or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm also apparently a mainstay of Hassan's stream. What is mainstay? It means I'm always there. Like a permanent side character. Like a permanent fixture, yeah. But this also just makes me think of the shit stain goggles. Thanks, Jibbidababs. We need to start looking at people through shit stain goggles instead of what they objectively have done. You're so prone to being manipulated. Because I've seen this happen. It's like worm tongue. Yeah, I opened the new pack in TCG. I streamed it. But the VODs have been under highlights. Are the VODs for movie clips gone? Yeah, I don't keep the movie clip VODs. This way. Did the chatter die? Yeah, because we got everything we needed out of them for a case study. Rage baiting me? No, 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 no. You're being put in containment and we will observe you. No, 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 no. We will be taking notes and updating our glossary. We will be dissecting you. The cube of pondering. I don't remember these people, but I remember the conversations and where they came from. Just like how I remember the Co-Carnage chatter, just like how I remember the Hassan chatter, just like how I remember the Mockingjay Part 1 chatter. This is very cute. I kind of want to do more smiling friends in video games now. I don't really have to shade them too much either. The one with the boss? Yeah. Maybe for tomorrow's. You know, they're from Smiling Friends. It's a quirky show that I think is very funny and cute. Okay, I don't think cute's the right word. They're just fun little guys. Oh, I'm not gonna be here for New Year's Eve. I think I'm going to a music festival that my friend invited me to, and he keeps going like, Daph, you're going to fucking hate it. And I'm like, ah, no, I'll be fine. I just want to see what it's like. I'm just curious. He's like, I think you're going to fucking hate it. And I'm like, it'll be fine. I just want to see. Like, I've never been. I just want to see what it's like. You know, try a little bit. You know, gabagool. Just try it. I just want to see. I'm going to fucking hate it, aren't I? I just want to try. I just want to try. And it'll be a fun story. I think it's EDM. Oh yeah, earplugs. Yeah, I'll get some. At the front railing, yeah. Well, you don't think I can, what's the term for like when you're, you don't think I can, jam out? You think I can't? You think I can't jam a man? You think I can't boogie? I will boogie. Maybe. Jam a man. Hit them with the jellyfish jam. Remember it gets hella hot? Oh yeah, that's why people always wear like no clothes. Or they wear like very small clothing. Okay, I'll bring a jacket. I'll just wear a thong. I'll just wear a bathrobe and a thong. And oh yeah, Skims Bush. Flasher outfit. A trench coat and nothing. Yeah, that's exactly. That's high level female fantasy armor. You better recognize. Oops. Okay. Kind of yeah, I don't know anything about music festivals. Zero clue. But other things I want to do is I want to go snowboarding. I think I might organize another trip with Sleepy and Rain and some other people. Cause Sleepy and Rain really want to go. Yeah, last time we went, we didn't even go snowboarding because some fuck shit. I don't even know what happened, honestly. But basically, some people had to go, and then everybody, and I was also asleep the whole time. And then people were like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then everybody was just like stun locked for 2 hours. And then I found out it was because one person was really fucking weird. And just made it all worse. And then they told everybody I was crazy. Which made no sense because I was asleep. Yeah, that one Big Bear trip 2 years ago? Movie clips is in an hour and 20 minutes. Why everybody got a problem with it? No, it's not that. What happened was I had a falling out with two people. These two people, I think specifically more so one of them, after the falling out, kind of like just told a lot of people that I was batshit insane. But then it got relayed back to me. Like, yeah, I don't know why he was saying that. It made no sense. Because specifically what happened at the Big Bear trip, this is old tea. What happened was, like, some people had emergency and had to leave. I was napping and asleep, and they all had, like, were sitting at the dining table deciding what to do, and they were, like, really scared to tell me that they needed to leave for some reason. But then half the people there were like, dude, you could just tell Daph, I don't think she cares. But then one person was just dragging their feet and making it way worse than it needed to be. And then was saying stuff like, yeah, I feel like I'm not really welcome. Like, I want to do this and that. I want to cook breakfast for all of you. But, like, I just feel like just Daph is just, like, kind of scary. And then they even told me that they were going to go home. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Like, we can all just go home. Whatever. A few months later, so that trip had about 12 people. Six or seven of these people have told me personally, they're like, yeah, by the way, it was really weird. I don't know what happened. It was like super cringe why we didn't end up going snowboarding and why there was so much communication issues. They personally came up to me and was like, yeah, that was really weird. Then I found out the one person that kind of made the whole trip actually weird was going around telling people that I was like an extremely angry person, that I was super like unmedicated and always lashing out, because to the point that Basil had thought I was crazy. And then when I actually got to know Basil and talked to her, she was like, wait, you're chill as fuck. I don't know why this person said that about you, but this is what they insinuated. Yeah. So, the fact that this person went out of their way to kind of say that about me when, like, 7 people on the trip actually personally told me, yeah, by the way, this was weird, but also I know you didn't really give a shit. So I was like, oh, interesting. This person's kind of weird. No one talked shit about Basil, but somebody told Basil that I was crazy. It's the same person that would like jump around and be like, yeah, I don't fuck this person anymore. Yeah, that was crazy. And then go back. Yeah, I don't fuck that person. Come back to the person. Yeah, I don't fuck that person. They made a lot of people seem crazy. A lot of people around this person's life were crazy for some reason. It's like, oh, interesting. Why do you keep saying everyone's crazy? These people are not crazy. Yeah, if everywhere you go smells like shit. How do people end up that way? If I had to guess, it was probably insecurity and the desperation to be liked. Because I don't have any issues with people except for, like, the same person where things keep stemming from. But as far as I know, there's nothing left. If others can make people agree, then they'll agree. Pretty much, yeah. Because I remember this person also made me think Arya was crazy. A person adjacent to this person made me think Hyun was crazy. And then when I got to know him, I'm like, oh, so that's not what happened at all? Why does this person keep making everybody seem crazy? This is not okay. Thanks, Osaf. Yeah, they also, like, a lot of times had something to say about other girls. Looking back. Like, oh, interesting. I don't fuck with that. Was that person a girl? No. They're a guy. But they seem to only have a lot of not only, but they have a lot of girl best friends. And I think some of these girls also parrot some of those same opinions about other girls, and it becomes like a self-validating bubble where they kind of this is just purely assumption, is probably they validate each other's opinions, negative opinions of these other girls that they discuss, because that stems from insecurity. That's my theory. I do not know, but I think it's I don't think it's far-fetched to assume. A lot of streamers seem to be awful people. I don't think so. I think it's what makes it complicated is if it's not, I mean, these people are not even really streamers. That person is not even a streamer. But what happens and why it gets complicated is because if let's say I do something really fucked up, and then 3 other streamers knew about this, they never said anything. And they were also just like, they're just complacent, basically. So in that case, does it make them a bad person? It depends. That's subjective. Because what I notice about a lot of streamers is they simply do not care unless it starts to personally affect them. It's like, oh, you're hanging out with a sex pest. You don't care that they're a sex pest until other people find out they're a sex pest and stop fucking with him. Then you don't fuck with him. It's like that. Do you think they're a bad person for that? That's subjective. A sex pest. Coming out as somebody who shares space is not easy. Yeah. I think it's complicated. It's complicated. It's hard to look at it in a very black and white manner. But I also agree that there are people that have no moral fiber when it comes to holding their friends accountable. I agree with that completely. Like, some people will look you in the face, and I would be like, so you think it's okay that you're working with someone who actively goes out of their way to blacklist people? And they'd be like, well, you know? It's like, oh, so you're okay with it. They were nice to me, though. Yeah, pretty much. But I tried it. There is no such thing as true objectivity. Obviously, because we're humans, and humans are very emotional and illogical by design. But I try to stick to what has objectively happened as much as I can. A lot of people are not like that. They are very attached to how they emotionally feel, and then build on that foundation. Like, for example, I mean, I've said this example a ton of times. Someone telling me Hyun's crazy. But turns out it's because this person has, like, deep-rooted insecurities about other beautiful women in the scene. So they're very holding on to the fact that Hyun is crazy, and I'm like, can you give me a very specific example and story and receipts of why Hyun's crazy? They couldn't give me any. But do they want to admit that they want me to feel that way about Hyun because they don't like Hyun because they're insecure? No, they're not going to admit that. So what they can do is try to convince me to also stay away from her, because in that way it builds rapport between the two of us through bonding of our insecurities. However, I did not have that insecurity, so it did not work. Yeah. I think the sad thing is it's these people I don't think are like deliberately trying to manipulate people, but the manipulation is a symptom of the insecurity manifesting as a way to get validation from people. So it's not so much that they're trying to deliberately manipulate people, but more so that because they're so desperate to build some kind of camaraderie with you, that they think it's okay to talk poorly about somebody that they don't like, hoping that you also don't like them, so that you could be friends through that connection of mutually disliking someone. But then you can tell that there's an issue with it when the stories that they're bringing up about this person, you look at it from an objective point of view, it's like, wait, this person didn't actually do anything that bad. They just didn't say hi to you at a party. That doesn't make them a clout chaser. Yeah. High school antics, yeah, people throw around the sentiment, and it's totally valid that it's very like high school behavior, but this is very like baby's first conflict resolution and learning how to navigate very turbulent social dynamics. Some people never figure that out, even when they're 28, 29, 30, 32, 35. Thanks, Masayoshi. Hope you had a good stream. Still waiting for Maple Story Classic. Can you tell Jody I think she's a very beautiful and smart woman? Thanks. Nobody would act the same way even a grown-ass adult working a job in an office. Yeah, that's how you end up with Brenda in accounting, who's 47 years old and always has something to say about the new 20-year-old hire, even though she's been nothing but nice to her. I think one of the reasons why I know this feeling so intimately is because I went through it when I was also a kid and teenager, of intense jealousy, envy, insecurity, and feelings of inferiority. I've mentioned this story very briefly before, was when I was 9 or 10 years old, I had a group of girlfriends, but like I was always kind of an outlier. They were not that good friends with me, but I thought they were my best friends. But also I knew I was always a little bit disconnected. So one time we were going to the playground. There was this other group of girlfriends there, and I said to the girl, one of the girls in my social circle, I was like, let's not hang out with these bitches. They're all fucking bitches. And then she looks at me and she goes, that's not really nice. I don't think they're bitches. And then I was like, I was gagged because she's right. The only reason I didn't like them was because I had some level of insecurity and bitterness that she probably liked them more than she liked me, because I was insecure in my friendship. Some people, why I bring this up now is because some people is still me. There's still the version of me at that playground that's looking at those group of girls and saying, let's not hang out with those bitches. Yeah, I remember that very vividly. There was no reason for me to say that because I was just upset at just like something that I projected an insecurity in. Anyways, that person ended up like she's a really good person. She ended up she's like volunteering and works at a center for disabled kids or something. Last time I knew. I don't know what she's up to now. We don't keep in touch. But the reason that I didn't have a lot of friends and struggled with friendships was because I had no social skills. I didn't know how to learn social skills. I had no like adult or like parenting figure to even look up to learn this kind of behavior from, and had a lot of like negativity. And this negativity ends up, you know, making you a really fucking weird person that kills fish. I also mentioned yesterday, yeah, the memory I totally forgot that I randomly remembered was me writing an essay about how I wanted to kill myself, and that I was like, every time I went home, there was a dark shadow that was going to keep me down. This was a paper I wrote at the age of 10 to my teacher, who then, after class, was like, this paper, Daphne, would you like to talk about it? And then I was like, no, nothing, it's fine, it's nothing. And then nothing ever came of it. I don't know if she did tell my parents or not, but no conversation was ever had about it. But yeah, that's some insight on why I was such a fucked up kid. There needed to be convo? Yeah. I mean, when I was hospitalized for trying to kill myself when I was like 19 or 20, and I was sitting there, my dad was sitting there, and the psychologist doctor, and he goes like, he asked my dad's like, do you know if anything happened in her life that might make her feel this way? And my dad was like, no, I don't know. We gave her food, we fed her, she has her own computer. I don't know why she feels this way. Which, for the record, I don't blame my dad. But it was like it was a symptom that this household that I grew up in was not like mentally nurturing in a healthy manner. And this is what happens when they develop into an older person. Yeah, bless his heart. Asian parents do not do the whole mental illness thing well. And that was like, yeah, they had to keep my ass locked up for like 2 weeks in the fucking institution. Girl, they do not. They do not be knowing. But I don't hold it against him. I think he just had a lot to deal with, raising me and my sister as a single dad. What is Grippy Sock jail? Well, it was like the mental ward in the hospital, and you had to, well, one thing I remember was if you were going to shower, you had to let them know. And the showers, they're like, no cords are allowed because you might strangle yourself. They were very like, no cords, no chargers, nothing, no wires, nothing that is like lengthy. Do not, and it was a lot of old people. Most parents are bad at dealing with this situation. I mean, yeah, but I don't. Asian parents specifically kind of had to have a certain lack of understanding in mental health. I think it also has to do a little bit with like immigrant culture and how you move to a new country, you kind of have to like work hard. You feel any kind of like stress over it, suck it up. this is the new life that we have to live in. Work hard and you will be okay. Just work hard. But I want to kill myself. Work hard, suck it up. But I want to die. Work hard, suck it up. And that was probably the same mentality that they pushed onto themselves. So then when they have a kid, they have you, they push that onto you. Because they're like, well, I went through the same. You have to do the same too. Yeah, to this day, I get anxiety when I hear loud footprints. Or not loud footsteps. Because I grew up with like so much yelling in the household that I would constantly just cry in the fetal position. Even though I wasn't even the one being yelled at. And then, oh my god, I remember I would scratch on the wall every time an argument got so bad that it made me like cry really hard, and I was like 9. I made like tallies on the walls with the scissors. The same scissors that I cut myself with when I was like 8. Like, can you imagine at 8 can you imagine seeing yourself? That's crazy. Like, seeing an 8-year-old do that shit is crazy. That is not okay. Holy fuck. But yeah, I remember like tallying on the wall and there were so many X marks. That was also the booger wall. Where I pick my nose and wipe it on the wall. Just lighten things up a bit. When I got older, I sanded it down, painted over it. You dissociate playing Club Penguin? Yeah, I played a lot of Mabinogi. I played a lot of MapleStory. I did like Adoptables. I had online friends I talked to, Minecraft. That was where most of my outlet was. And that's when I got really into drawing. No, I don't have a booger wall anymore. I don't have a booger wall. Like this, I don't want this way. Would I like a booger wall? No, I'm good. I'm good. I do not have, I don't wipe any boogers on stuff. Oh my god, I ran away from school one time too, and the fucking principal had to drive around looking for me. Holy shit, there were so many signs. I was a very troubled child. Oh my god, there was one time I found a piece of glass in the playground and I started cutting my arms with it. And I was 9. I remember that was 4th grade. Jesus Christ. I wonder if there was a guy that saw me do that my friend is dating now. I should ask her if he remembers that. Holy fuck. It wasn't like a super deep cut, but I was like scraping myself with it to the point that there was blood. But it's still, imagine seeing a 9-year-old do that. I fucking completely forgot about all of this. Damn. life hit me like a truck when I was 8. Wait, don't unlock this memory for him. I'm gonna ask right now, actually. Wait. They might not. I'm asking her to ask her boyfriend for me to see if he remembers what I was like. Oh, I did tell this story before. But and this is also around the same time. It's like 9 to some shit was fucking going on when I was 9 to 10. But basically, there was a sewing needle, and there was this kid named Wilson who was kind of annoying, and he would like follow us around when we were playing tag, and I was like, he's so fucking annoying. Even though, to be honest, like he wasn't that annoying. It's not like there was anything wrong with what he was doing, but I was just such a fucking scary kid. I ran up to him and I pushed him against the tennis court railings, you know, the net. I held the needle through his sleeve, like up to his face, like this. And I said, stop fucking following us, you fucking annoying asshole, or something like that. And he ran away crying. But my point is, when kids do these things, it's not a one-off issue. It's a symptom of like a way bigger problem. No, I didn't stab him with the needle. I remember it like, I grabbed his shirt and I went through his shirt and like really close to his face, but I wasn't actually gonna hurt him because I didn't want to get in trouble. Did I get in trouble for that? I think I did. I think I had to sit in lunchtime in the office for like a week. You knew a girl like this and her mom was Omega BPT? Yeah. There was a lot of signs that this child was not okay. Yeah, I sat in the timeout corner. Mimikyu figure? Wait, I should send that to Emily. Emily likes Mimikyu. Also, it's not loading. Oh, it's a Miku. Never mind. Miku Mimikyu. It was just a random, like, sewing needle on the ground. I don't even know. No, I didn't kill Wilson. Hey, if I ever see Wilson again, I'll apologize. I don't even know if he remembers that. Self-esteem issues because of the neglect. Well, I don't think I was abused. I think I was just very emotionally neglected. I don't think it was abuse, though. Self-esteem issues, a lot of it had to do with, a lot of it, I think, came from my sister being a fucking cunt. Because any time I tried to, like, oh, I want to tie my hair a different way, I want to wear a pink shirt, she would say I was gay. And she would be like, you look like an F slur, basically. And I'm like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way until I was 17 and went away for university. Basically, anytime I tried to do anything, she was like, you are a F slur, basically, and like severely put me down. Any kind of like girly interest, any kind of non like cool guy interest was very ingrained to me to be a fucking loser because I sought her approval because she was my older sister. And this ended up manifesting into really, really bad internalized misogyny. Like really bad internalized misogyny to the point that if I was playing a game, I'm playing League of Legends, there's another girl in the lobby, I have to be better than her. Fuck that bitch, I fucking hate her. I'm better than her. She's a fucking whore. Which is why I understand this sentiment so much and why I can spot insecure girls from a mile away because I know exactly what they're feeling and I know exactly what symptoms they're gonna show because I've been through the trenches of that. And how to get over that is you have to find value in yourself in a multiple facets. So what happened was, what I mean by this is like, no shit, you have to find value in yourself, right? But if you put a lot of your self-worth on one part of yourself and you meet somebody who has the same thing. So let me use an example. Let's say you're a girl. You're really good at drawing and you're 15 years old. You're really good at drawing. You're a girl. You meet another 15-year-old girl who's also really good at drawing. Uh-oh. This whole personality that you constructed around being good at drawing and a 15-year-old girl, you got competition. Now you fucking hate her because she's a direct threat to your value as a person. You have to eliminate the competition. So when you grow older and you find different things to branch out in, it's like you're not the person that you are just because of your drawing. There's other things that you should be interested in. It's like your humor, what you find funny, the relationships that you build, the hobbies that you enjoy, the books that you enjoy, your taste in games, all of that. That's all part of who you are. When you put a lot of value in just one part of yourself and you deal with that insecurity, the moment anybody showcases the same strength as you, you're gonna start feeling threatened. So, you know, you might see this in, I don't know, when like bad bitches start to beef because they're like, I don't like that, this is another pretty woman in this scene, like, I have to be the only pretty girl here. You know, and then you end up taking that mentality into your 30s, and it's like, oh, that's just embarrassing. This is shit that you're supposed to figure out by the time you exit your teens. So when you don't have value in yourself as a person as a whole, but you put a lot of importance in just one aspect of yourself and you make that your whole personality, the moment somebody shows up with the same strength, you're gonna want to fucking die. Because that's why it's not good to do that. And that's why it's good to be a well-rounded person and to acknowledge that you're a well-rounded person. But yeah. Where's my sister now? Well, I don't blame her for it either. There was a period of time where I very much had a lot of resentment towards her, but I think she at the same time went through a lot. And that kind of like troublesome upbringing just made her lash out to me. Yeah. She was also a child, yes. Dude, she would get her fucking ass beat until her nose was bleeding. Because she was a little shit. And was oh my god, that's why I fucking hate liars. Because she would lie to my dad. My dad would find out she's lying. But I also don't blame my dad. And that was also why I studied hard. And I have a really good like work etiquette because I wanted to make sure that I don't do what she did. And she was like always pretending to be studying. Her grades were shit. She got yelled at constantly. She got her ass beat constantly. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna study. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna go to university, get a job, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's rough. Raising kids, fucking rough. Yeah, she was an older sister. She was too, but she also is. Yeah, it was like literally the blueprint. It gave me the blueprint of what not to do. It's like, this is why I fucking hate lying. And why I don't like liars. Miss Staff attempting to stab your classmates again? No. Did you guys recommend for it? And I said no. Yeah, well, because I'm busy. Thanks, CNAC. I just have one older sister, older by 2 years. But my dad and my sister are very close. I think it's just, I think it was just like a lot of strain for my dad, who was divorced, single dad raising 2 daughters with pretty much no support at all. My mom was just fucking gone. She just fucking poofed. Occasionally come back to like dilly dally for a month and then run and then just leave again. Yeah, she just fucking pee pee poof. So it was a lot for my dad to handle. And he definitely also had some issues of his own. So all of that just like accumulates into just a horrible environment mentally for kids. Do I blame my mom? Not so much now, but I think I had a lot of resentment towards her, which is why I really like Blood on the Tracks. The manga, if you guys have ever read it. Blood on the Trail or Blood on the Tracks. That shit, like, pierced me. What it's called? Blood on the Tracks. It's a psychological horror. Boys Abyss. I don't know what Boys Abyss is. Down for a Dr. K session? Fuck no, it's stupid as fuck. Doing that kind of introspection publicly is so fucking weird to me. That's like not normal. I would not want to do that shit. Bro, I literally was you know, that was the context of the conversation with Wake, right? With the daph murder story with the fish. Was my point was, yeah, I had a really fucked up childhood, but it's actually kind of optimistic that someone like me can grow up and change so much and have such a different attitude and like come to love animals, which is the conversation that followed immediately after. And look what happened. Look what people went out of their way to misportray that because they just simply did not like the manner of speech that I had in talking about that. They did not like that I laughed. They did not like that I was obviously in a very like unsettling part and really like fucked up childhood. That would push a kid to ever even do something like that, but then still come out on top as an adult. You ate a goldfish? What the fuck? Yeah, and the fact that I laughed at that, oh my gosh, she's an animal abuser. No, I agree. I don't think anybody actually cared, because anybody with a brain would realize, oh, this was a troubled child. And the way that she's talking about it, she uses humor as a coping mechanism because she laughs about it in the absurdity of it. Not that she thinks it's okay, but because it's an awkward memory. But, you know, it's better to interpret somebody you don't like with shit-stained goggles, because then you can validate how you feel about them. Yeah, I had people going like, I bet you're an animal abuser. And I'm like, do you have proof? Because I've had a dog for the past 6-7 years. 6-7. Do you have any proof that I've been abusing animals? Because I regularly post animals also. And they're like, well, we don't know that you don't abuse animals. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna call you a pedophile then. They clipped it to make it seem like I was proud of that. Yeah, and then I mentioned that immediately the conversation that followed was me telling Wake, actually, you can have a really fucked up upbringing and change. That it's optimistic to be able to change. That you can grow to from a kid who did that to someone who loves animals and volunteers at animal shelters. That you can have like a fucked up, maybe even like fucked up nature, but then nurture it into something different. But you think they care about that? Nah. Fake caring about animal abuse was hot this year. It really was. Well, some people just say like, for a kid to grow up fucked up, like, is it nature or nurture? I don't think it matters, but what matters is how you end up being. Yeah, you grow and change. It's so weird on the internet. That was also around a time where everybody was just like throwing shit at streamers nonstop because it was popular and like the it thing to trend on. Basically, streamers are horrible people. And then the whole like Hassan dog thing also, there's like, oh, animal abuse here, this is a current theme. Because what they had done was that was a VOD from like a week or two before. So they specifically brought that up and portrayed in the worst light possible so that they could drag me into it also. Yeah, it also wasn't the first time I talked about it. It was something I mentioned at least 3 times. Surprised people even cared about that Nothing Burger. My entire career's controversies have all been Nothing Burgers. And I think there are definitely a small group of people who are upset that everything's a Nothing Burger in relation to me. That they have to take these Nothing Burgers and fill it with a lot of nothing to make it look like a really big burger. It's like, fuck, we'll get her next time. For rehabilitation, yeah. I think it's really nice to be able to recognize and like kind of let people know you can absolutely change. You can have a really fucked up, dysfunctional, mentally, psychologically terrifying childhood and still come out on top of it. You might be a little weird and be like really into gore and horror growing up, but like you can come to love animals. Oh yeah, my cousin when I was 6 years old showed me videos of kittens being stepped on with stiletto heels and their eyeballs popping out. Yeah. They would also pin me down on the ground and then step on my hair because I had really long hair. And then I would literally be crying and they would just be laughing. Yeah, they did that sometimes. Are they okay? Yeah, they're very normal. They're like normal people that you would expect. But I think it was just like, damn, what the fuck was wrong with all of us back then, you know? How old are they? I think they were 13, 14, and I was 7. Maybe a little older. They were definitely like old enough to know better. That shouldn't be showing up? No. Did it show up on the stream? Like on the screen alert? I can just turn it off. It did? It's supposed to have a filter. I'll just turn it off. Those aren't normal people. No, they are normal people. You're falling down the same rabbit hole of, oh, I talked about the story of what I did to a fish when I was 10. I must be a hidden psychopath. No. They are normal people. I never ate a goldfish. Explain this? That's AI. Suspiciously fish-shaped outline of my stomach. Gulu gulu. You did the old magnifying glass and sun trick to bugs? Well, unfortunately, that makes you an animal abuser. The verdict has been given. You squished ants with your bare hands as a toddler. You're also an animal abuser. Your sister ate a live snail when she was 4? Yeah, well, 4? Ugh, she's obviously old enough to know better. If she was 3, it would have been different. Used to tie frogs to fireworks and watch them fly? What?! Did they explode? Poke, no. Yeah, I think they blew up. Guys, the 39 daph chat is full of psychopaths and animal abusers. Yeah, I feel like everybody had a friend that crucified bugs or small animals or something when they were a kid. You had a crucifixion Charlie. Crucifixion Carl. There was always someone into the crucifixions. I never crucified anything. I mean, I do have a funny story also that it's there was this girl that I was like just unnecessarily mean to when I was like 10 on Facebook, and then I made fun of like her Farmville or something. And then I also called her fat and a bitch, maybe together. And then eventually her older sister was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass if you don't leave my little sister alone. And then I was like, oh shit! So then I apologized to her in person and drew her a little card with her in it. And she was very sweet about it. This is why some kids need to threaten to get their ass beat, okay? It's like so valid. I absolutely deserve that. She should have beat my ass. No, I didn't draw her fat. I remember I just remember I drew her earrings because she always had dangly earrings that I thought were pretty. So I made sure to include her earrings. This is why some kids need their ass beat, okay? They're just saying shit that they're saying and doing shit that they shouldn't be doing. Yeah, and I'm very grateful that that person's older sister did that. Cause that's not okay behavior. I would like this to be a bit lighter. Any creepy teacher stories? It's creepy in hindsight after finding out what happened to him, but there was this one teacher who he like it wasn't really that big of a deal, I thought, but he basically just wrote on the back of my worksheet, just my worksheet, he was like, "You are so bright and smart, Daphne. Would love to know you better." When he had the kids basically handed out, the guy, this was in high school, so I was 16. The person that handed the sheet to me gave it to me, and he was like, "The fuck?" And as he gave it to me, and then I saw it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But I was like, okay, maybe this is just one of those cases of like, I was a really, really good student and I had really good assignments and I didn't talk much. I never ever spoke, ever. And he probably just was like, oh, maybe this is a bright student. Like maybe we just wanted to get to know them, like make sure they're okay, whatever, right? But then the weird part was he would show us these conspiracy documentaries about how the pyramid was made by aliens and that the hieroglyphics of these Egyptian symbols were actually helicopters, and would tell us about like the energy in the world and horoscopes and planet alignment. And then he was also going through a divorce, and then after my class graduated, he was caught messaging one of the girls who was in my graduating class about trying to entice her to do shrooms, and then he mentioned to her that he really likes Asian women, and this guy's like 40 something. He's a 40 something. He's a white man, 40 something. Then he got fired. I don't know if it was like directly related to the messaging, but he got fired. Yeah. It was a bit strange. I remember I did think it was kind of weird that a lot of girls would hover around his desk a lot, and I was like, why are you guys talking to them? This guy's fucking like, I don't get it. This guy's just weird. Like, y'all, he's really not that interesting. Fucking annoying. But I did, I fucking finessed him because dude, I've always been a conniving cunt. So my school did semesters, so one semester for the first half of the school year, second semester for the second half of the school year, and one semester means 4 classes, or 4 classes in a day basically, and then you switch what class, and it's like different schedule every day basically. So I had his class. By the way, he taught accounting. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he taught accounting and economics when he showed us those pyramid conspiracy made by alien documentaries. Anyways, I was in his economics elective class for the first semester, and then for the final project, he was like, yeah, you guys are gonna have to do this like massive group project and do a presentation on it. And then I noticed something. I was like, final project's only worth 10% of the grade. I have a 95. I'm not doing that shit. So I didn't do it. And then, you know, and then I got like 85%, whatever. Next semester, economics, the final's worth 40%. Later, bitches! Bye! I was devious. Yeah, it was... That guy was weird. Now I don't know economic pyramids made by aliens. Shit. More devious stories? Well, there's another more recent one. It was the last guy I dated. He had a really annoying habit of constantly taking the toilet paper out of the toilet paper roll. So I just started letting him do that, and he wouldn't put it back into the holder. So I would simply reload the roll with another toilet paper roll every time he took it out and didn't put it back. So after a certain amount of time, there was just like 5 different toilet papers all over the sink counters on the back of the toilet, and he stopped doing it. I just let him put all the real estate of the surface area in the bathroom with toilet paper rolls and just kept refilling it every time he didn't put it in. Conditioned. How was that? I don't know. I don't know why they had to take the toilet paper out of the toilet paper holder to unravel some toilet paper. I don't know. But then they would take it out and then like put it on the sink counter, or like put it behind the toilet, like on the where the top like cover is. Condition someone to refill the TP? Just don't refill it. Just take your own personal roll of TP to the paper to the toilet every time. Yeah, bring your personal toilet bag. Like the one Outdoor Boys uses. Gigantic turd, Arya, you saw on the floor. Wait, I think either you or Arya told me about this before. No, one of you definitely mentioned this to me. Wait, yeah, maybe you told me. Cause it sounds familiar. You should have taken a picture. I would have taken a picture. Wow, that's impressive. That is very impressive. Massive the McDonald's Phantom shitter. They didn't even make it in the toilet, no. How far did they miss by? A foot? Yeah, their ass definitely was somewhere else. They gotta work on their aim. They gotta work on their lineups. You have infinite. That's true. One thing that's nice about public bathrooms is infinite toilet paper, but they're also very thin. Oh, is it the poo? Are we entering the poop portion of the stream? Is it poop time? This is so cute. I love this. This is such a good idea. Shout out Eli. I'll watch it again. Show you guys where I got this from. The Northern Light I ever see the drawing made of him, I don't care. Wow, she's so tough. I draw for me. I only draw for me. Even when I draw for someone else, it's for me. The longboard that I'm painting, it's for me. I want to figure out how to paint it. You just get a free product. I don't care. It's for me. I'm just grinding XP. Yeah, XP slop. Get XP slopped. You look like enough XP for me to level up. Exactly. Okay, I'm done. Is it cool they fuck with it like Tyler 1? That was like 10 years ago, dude. Oh shit! I have to give my excerpt. For today's daily drawing, I decided to draw Pyramid Head in Silent Hill 2 with the smiling friends because I watched this really cool video by Eli where he puts the smiling friends Charlie and Pim in Silent Hill, and it was a really cute video and I really liked it, and now it makes me want to do more. Yay! Reality is whatever I want it to be. I had to basically also, because I don't know what this guy running looks like. This Pim's running one I just took from a screenshot and changed his mouth. But then because I don't have a screenshot of this guy running, I just based it off of this one and then just smashed it together in my head for this. Why use AI when can use head? Oh. I have the power of 20 data centers in my head. Okay, let me save this. Oh. Let me show you the video I got this from. I really like it.
Hello, sir. Why the long face?
I'm looking for Silent Hill. I'm kind of lost.
We're the Smiling Friends. We can help you.
Okay, let's go.
You have to do it, man. It's okay.
No! Oh my God!
Whoa.
If you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. I'm not kidding.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Oh, come on. That's nonsense, Charlie. I think the biggest surprises are behind. Dude, I warned you. I said I was gonna do that if you did that again.
Are you alright?
I think he's possessed, man, but don't worry. My uncle taught me exactly what to do in a situation like this. The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ!
Fart face!
It's not coming off! Ah! Oh my God, what the fuck?
Right here!
Our Father who art
James. Oh, James.
Charlie, this is a fake knife.
What?
Yeah, it's one of those plastic knives that retract, see?
Oh my God.
It's a gag knife.
Okay, well, let's go back to the office. We just need you to sign some paperwork that says we failed to make you smile, and then you can, you know, do what you gotta do and all that.
Okay.
This guy is so insanely good because not just like the technical editing, but the context of where he puts these characters. He has really deep knowledge of the games that he plays to put them in like the best fitting situations. Like he fucking knows the sauce. He knows these games inside out. Yeah, the Baldur's Gate one, I'm always very impressed with his stuff. Yeah, the games and the show, he puts them together so flawlessly. It's not just jamming a character in a random situation. It's like finding two pieces that fit so well. Really well done. This guy's a unicorn. I love him. I have to pee. It's clip time! Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Holy shit. They respond? Not yet. I'm feeling she'll love that one scene. Does a child get mangled? I'm on the front page? What? And why? Thanks, Batmanu. I didn't stretch today. Thanks, Steel Squirrel. still on the front page? Well, I'll just practice piano because I didn't get to practice today. Well, we have to wait. Why? Cause I decided to practice piano because I didn't practice piano today. No reason. Except I only know one song. I haven't annotated anything else yet. I don't need the sheet anymore. I have it memorized. I need to move my seat. The height difference. Fuck. I keep messing up. Am I still there? Is it gone? Wait, I have a popsicle. Elisa, did you see my message? You did? Yeah, let me know what he says. So this is how I practice. I got this piano a week ago, and I download the music sheet. I download the music sheet and I write down the note of it. So then if I see a symbol I don't know, like if I see a symbol I don't know, like this right there, that means natural, I just look it up. You didn't remember that I wore meme shirts though? Oh. What's the piano? Where's the piano? That's all I remember. I don't remember the Ori and the Blind Forest I knew. Are those band-aids? Yeah, I cut myself with the cardboard box, and then this is from rock climbing. Ouching. Yeah, gripping too hard. Wait, how's my forearm? It's forearming. How's my forearm? I mean, it's tone. I don't eat enough. I need more but like this is there. It's definitely something. There's something here. Been grip training. I had to stop though because somebody said I'm gonna get tendonitis. Thanks, Arianya. Dude, I don't eat goldfish. But I do like goldfish, the snack that smiles back. Fuck! forgot what note that was. This. EA. Ah. Found it. I don't mind just jacking off. I don't like. Why does it end like that? Why does it end like? What? Why does it do that? It goes like it ends on a high note. It goes dun 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 dun, and then it just doesn't go. Yeah, it feels like it doesn't finish because you don't know. I think it is on purpose because that's what it feels like. It should be like, but I don't think I'm not gonna change it. I don't know what a chord is. You think I know music theory? Fuck no. I just read the funny little symbols. Fruit Elise. I'm not on it anymore. No, it still is there. Well, I guess I could annotate Nocturne. I'll just annotate. This one's hard. It's also only it's 3 pages. Wait, if I end If I end stream, does it cancel it? Okay, I'll